Hello, hello, hi, gigpreneur. What is going on? Welcome. Happy Wednesday. Last Wednesday of 2025. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. My name is Sean Zami, and I am somebody who went from corporate America to an online gigpreneur. You may say, you had this planned. I did not have this planned. God did, though. My pancreas shut down, left me unemployable. And hey, maybe you've experienced that where life happened and you became unemployable and you were trying to find a way. I was redirected to this online space, and now I help folks like you and I to start a business online, and we use social media to grow it. Easy peasy. If you like that idea, you want to tap into um, the online space, you wouldn't mind adding another source to what you got already, and you like it being flexible, then and you like to hustle, go to sidegeeksean.com, answer a couple questions so I get to know you. I'll reach out and we'll have that conversation. What is going on? You guys, it's New Year's Eve. It feels like it was just last week. I said it was Christmas Eve. All right. All right. Stay tuned. It gets better than this, I promise. So, if you are, thank you, McLean. Hey, we got at least one fan here. That's awesome. So, if you're joining me live or catching the replay, let me know where you are tuning in from. I'd love to know. I am myself in Southern California. It's chilly. Hey, it's a little chilly. I didn't put a robe on tonight because I figured it's New Year's Eve and all that good stuff. And it is pouring rain. We're supposed to have another storm for another week, which is Alabama. Oh my goodness, you guys are so nice over there. You guys are so nice. I love it. That's why I'm getting all these likes. See, I already knew. So tonight, I got a special one for you. New Year's Eve, and so many of us have what? Resolutions, which means, oh, we got to do something different because we don't want what we have, or we don't want what we have been going through. Yes, that's wonderful. And how is that resolution system working for you? How's it? I am actually not. I am a born again Christian. Usually I have my cross out, but here I'm pretty loud about it. I used to be though. Interesting story. I digress. Um, that's a whole other story. But so I don't have resolutions. Resolutions to me are useless because they last about till January 12th, January 14th, and it's over, folks. There's no more resolution. It's like reso what? Yeah, reservoir. It's not going to be a resolution, that's for sure. So a few years ago, I gave up on this whole resolution solution thing, and I was doing my journal. I remember exactly where I was too. I was writing, and I'm like, resolution. I don't really like resolution. What if, and I started to think about what if, and I'm like, that's it. What if that is it? Instead of having resolutions, why don't you try saying, whatever it is that your resolution is. Let's say you want to get in shape. Okay, you say, I want to lose weight, which is crazy because to me that's crazy because I actually, because of my pancreas that shut down, I've actually lost about 58 pounds to this day of muscle weight. I've actually shrunk. So my goal is to gain weight. I'm just dying to gain weight, but it's been really rough with the pancreas. So I know 99.9999% of the people want to lose weight, and their resolution is, you know what, my New Year resolution is I am going to go to the gym, I am going to lose 15 pounds, I am going to quit smoking, I am going to fly to the moon. I'm just all these resolutions, right? Well, imagine, um, yeah, very serious. Yeah, it's kind of serious. Yeah. Um, about the seriousness of this whole thing. About 3 years ago, my whole life completely changed. I used to be in the mortgage industry for 19 years. 19 years, corporate world, doing, no joke, 14, 16-hour days, 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week. And then all of a sudden my pancreas shut down and I lost my job over it. And I can't get another job. It just, with my condition, it just, I'm unemployable. So, life hit, and it hit really hard. I start my lives with that. I don't know if you ever have um, hit rock bottom like that, because it was my income and my health. And well, if you really want to throw throw a cherry on top, my fiance also left because of this situation. So it's like my fiance, my job, and my health within 92 days, and just everything changed. And people don't recognize that. I certainly didn't. People don't recognize that your life may change at a snap, to the extreme um, side. Like, if you think, oh, my life is going to change here, it's just going to be to the very extreme, and it's just going to leave you with your jaws dropped on the floor, saying, "What? Wait, what just happened? Wait, what?" And and so that was kind of rough. So I had to, I learned through this past 3 years. This is actually great for my life tonight. In this past 3 years, I reckon I got closer to God. I feel like there was two things that He wanted from me: one, to get closer to Him; two, get closer to me. And sometimes people don't recognize that because we don't pay attention to ourselves. We don't listen to ourselves. We hear ourselves, but we don't listen to our body. We don't listen to a lot of things. And so you got to be closer to you, and you got to be closer to God. And that's what happened to me. And I learned this. I learned through this because I had depression. It was really hard for me. I lost everything, hit rock bottom, start all over again, that kind of a thing. And again is the key word. And it made me realize that we don't get restricted, but we get redirected. And you may sit there as my audience and say, wow, that's so profound, that's so cool. Yes, it is. But when it comes to you, you'll push it back. That's the reason why we stand in front of our closed doors, closed windows, bang on it, kick it, trying to get it to open, only to ignore the fact that, listen, we're getting redirected. We're not supposed to pop this thing open. Yes, I did. Right? So we get redirected, and we don't recognize it sometimes. It's just because it's so extreme. I went from, like I said, 19 years in a cubicle in an office, 14, 16-hour days in an office, mortgages, calculations, this, to completely changing to being online, talking about like the first sparkling protein in the planet Earth, plant-based, like stuff like that, or collagen, or my detergent, or whatever it is, right? So I got redirected to this space, And when I got redirected to the space, it was it's like if you commit to this space, right? Let's say you're a barber, you're a hairdresser, you're a tattoo artist, you're a restaurant owner, you're a chef, whatever it is, that space, right? That is what you do. If you commit to that space, which means you learn that space, you learn the profession, you learn what to do, what not to do, what to say, what not to say. Like when I was in mortgage industry, 19 years, I was pretty good at what I did, right? So when you commit to this space, you learn about things about the space. And so it's very different. It's a redirection. It's very different, right? So most people can't get adjusted to that extreme. That's why they refuse things. They're not open to things, right? I say this 100 gazillion times. Look, if somebody asks you if you're open to taking a look at it, let's say side business to make some extra money, um, be open. Take a look. At the end, ask. Here's how it should go. They ask a question. You say yes. You take a look. You ask your questions, and then you decide. You can say no. You know what? At least now I know this is not for me. I get it now, but no. Some of you have literally begged me to get into cryptocurrency. It's not my thing. It just doesn't turn me on. It's not sexy to me. I don't like it. Um, so, but I didn't know about it really that well. So I said, you know what? I got to practice what I preach. So the last time somebody said crypto, I said, what do you have for me to learn about it? Because I don't like it. I probably won't be a good candidate. But if you want me to learn something and to understand, send it to me. I spent 2 hours looking at it. Some of you won't spend 10 minutes. I spent 2 hours looking at it, still was like Swahili to me. And I'm like, oh my God. At the end of 2 hours, I had to go for a walk. And I'm like, oh my God, I know now why I said no to this thing because it drives me insane. Like, I'm like done with numbers and just, I'm done with that stuff, So, so that redirection is very important. And if you honor that redirection, here's the thing resolution solution is honestly, it's BS. It does not work. You know yourself. How many resolutions have you made already? How's that working out for you? It just doesn't work. So give this idea a thought. Instead of having resolutions, whatever it may be, like I said, replace it with what if? Your resolution is to lose weight. What if I lost 25 pounds? And then pause, put yourself in that position, right? You with the 25 pounds gone. You put yourself in that situation and your mind starts to build the bridge between the what if and that outcome just creatively. Because as soon as you say, what if I lost 25 pounds, you put yourself there and all these things come to you, don't they? They just come to you. My resolution is really to focus on my business and make it grow. What if I made $2,000 next month? What if, since I smoke a pack a day, I don't. Um, I actually don't smoke cigarettes or anything like that. So, what if I didn't didn't smoke? Right. So, yeah, I've lost 32 pounds. What if I lost 32 pounds. What if? Like, put yourself in that situation and start and let your creative mind go, because it will, and it'll start popping things in, right? Like a jigsaw puzzle. So with me, resolutions just doesn't work. I got my what if stuff. I'm ready. I uh I definitely let 25 take over me. Excuse me. I let 2025 take over me. That's not going to happen in 26. I have decided on that for 100%. So, a couple things to wrap up 2025 as you walk in. Some of you may already be in 2026 if you're in other states. We're in California. It's 10:22 p.m. But here's a couple of things. Um, Tomorrow, it's a very special live for me. Those of you who are new to my lives, I'll share this with you. Tomorrow marks my 7th year anniversary. January 1st, 2019 is when I decided to go live for 1 year as a challenge to myself because I stutter. So I decided to go 1 year, and I actually, instead of 365, I did 368 lives. There were 2 days that I did twice, but and so many things happened. I actually drove from Michigan back to California. I got into an accident on the way at 10:38 p.m. in the middle of nowhere in Illinois. It's a whole other story. Maybe I'll share a little bit tomorrow, but I still went live, no matter what. I mean, no matter what, I went live. At the end of that, I said, well, it's a wrap. I did my year. And people were like, no, this is so cool. Oh, thanks. Um, that's on the outside. So, yeah, that's cool. That's cool to hear that you love this letter. Um, so everybody said, no, no, keep going, keep going. So here we are. Tomorrow is 7th year, 7 times 365 days. And plus, actually add 20 more because there were days that I did two, and I'll share all those stats tomorrow. But I have not missed one night. I even was in the hospital for a few nights. 4 months of my lives, I did them in parking lots because I didn't have a place to do my lives. But I kept going every single night, and so tomorrow marks a very special one. Yeah, thanks. That's like the biggest compliment when people say, "Oh, you stutter." That's like the biggest compliment. I have my nights. Trust me. There's been nights that I've done live and I've had such a rough day that I have to pause. I tell my audience, I go, you know what? Hold on, and I gotta do things in my head and bring myself back to normal. But sometimes I have rough nights. It's not what I can call like cured because it's not really a disease, but um, that's a whole other topic. But yeah, so tomorrow marks a really special one. I've done these 7 years. I've done 7 years. I'll do the numbers tomorrow. That many topics and all different topics. I haven't. Maybe I have. Maybe I want to say because I know I do. Maybe four that I repeated. I think I have one that I repeated 3 times because I really like that story. But I told it 3 different ways. But other than that, it's been different topic every single night. I try to bring you good content. I'm different, that's for sure, in my thought process. But some of you already know. If you know, you know. But hey, try this. No resolutions. Throw those out the window. If somebody asks you, "What's your resolution to this year?" Say, "I'm going to try something." That should be your resolution. Your resolution should be, "I have no resolution. I'm going to try something new. I'm going to go with what if." And just plug in a couple things. Don't plug in like 1,800 things and then not do any of them, right? Pick like two things. One, so what if I lost like 32 pounds? What if I lost, like, put yourself in that state, right? Like, feel it. And I'll wrap it up with this. You've heard people say act as if or think as if. I've heard it fake it till you make it. I've heard faith it till you make it. I'm going to say this comes from me. I'm humble, but this is my thing. So I would say throw all that out the window because none of that is real and it works. Because when you say act as if, you already know you're acting, you're not being. I've done a whole live on this. So acting as if, forget about it. Um, Fake it till you make it. Who wants to do that? Who wants to start anything with fake? Why would you want that? Like throw that out the window, right? So here's what you go with. Practice as if. Practice as if. What if lost 32 pounds? And then practice as if you lost 32 pounds. Practice as if. If you have lost 32 pounds, would you ever sit back on your couch and not go to the gym? No. Would you sit back and just not watch what you eat? No. You know why? I used to be a trainer and I used to tell my trainer, my trainees this. Once you see improvement in the mirror, it's addictive. You won't miss it. Once you see the slightest improvement, you see one, you're like, whoa, I think I lost some weight. Once you see that, it's over. You just have to get to that point, right? And with like this online space, the whole business thing is the same thing. Once you get a paycheck, once you get a dollar, the statistics actually show that if somebody gets paid $1, their chances of staying is 80% more. Get paid $1, right? Some people don't even want to get paid a dollar, right? You can't want it more for them than they want it for themselves, right? So the whole thing is this: if you can position yourself to that point where it's like what if, and then practice as if, plug that in, and we can do amazing things. So with that, this wraps up. It's the last live in 2025. Man, I remember the night that I said tomorrow I'm going to go live for the first time. It was December 31st, 1995. So, I mean, I'm sorry, 1995, 1918. Oh my God, 1918. 19, oh my God, yeah, 1918, right? 2018, not 1918. Oh my goodness, I got all the dates mixed up. So some of you just joined me, and he's all like, "You're like, what the heck is he talking about?" Anyway, tomorrow we'll talk more. So Happy New Year, and I mean that. Like, I don't just say Happy New Year. I want you to have a Happy New Year. I want to have a Happy New Year. It's not like I'm just gonna say we wish it all for you and just me sit here and not, right. I wish that for all of us, like a happy year, like a year where we could all look back and say, oh, that was a cool year. Actually, I did some good stuff that year. Like, I don't want you to like fly to the moon, just like a couple things you're like, you know what, that was a good year. I did a few good things happened, right? So keep that in mind. Hopefully, you guys are ready to go for 2026. It's yeah, I want it to be a cool year. I want to turn around and say, you know what, I like that year. That year I'm gonna remember. It was a tough year, but you know what? I did some good stuff. I think that's I think when you put so much pressure on having the best year of your life and all those, It's like, yeah, why not just have a really good year? Like, really good year. Like, you can remember, say back, you know what? I lost the 32 pounds. I got in shape. I started a business. I made some extra money. Um, I got closer to the kids. I got closer to the husband. I kicked this guy out. I kicked that guy out. Well, whatever. I bought a car. I bought a, you know, I moved. All this stuff. It's just the things that are important to you that will make the year happy and better for you, right? Those things. And just remember, you got to plug in the in between. You can want it. You can put yourself there, feeling it, dreaming it, but then you got to fill the gap, right? The gap is just not going to kumbaya my lord itself. So, you know, practice as if. With that, hopefully you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value. I appreciate that. Man, what a year. Thank you for all the support, all the comments, all the laughs, all the messages, everything. I appreciate you. I wish you a very super strong 2026. I pray that you show up. I pray that I show up. And I pray that this year will be a cool year to remember. So, with that, I am Sean Azimi. I'm somebody who went from corporate America to an online gigpreneur. I told my story a little bit tonight, not by choice, but my pancreas shut down, lost my job, and left me unemployable. And I got redirected to this space. Now I help folks like you, like me, to start a side business, a side gig online. And we use social media to grow it. What else would we use? So if that excites you, you're fired up, you want to add some extra money to what you got this year, then go to sidegigshawn.com, answer a couple questions. I'll reach out. We will have that conversation and we'll take it from there. I said that one night and somebody said, oh, I don't like psychics. I'm like, psychics? What do you mean? I don't even know what you're talking about. And she goes, well, you said to go to psychics. I said, no. No, you go to sidegigshawn.com. And he busted up. So anyway, with that, I am signing off until tomorrow when we do it all over again. Much love. I'll see you next year, tomorrow.